If you look back at 1975, how much value did you get from the intangible assets of a company? Back in 1975, it was only 15% of their market caps. Fast forward to today, it's 85 intangible assets, which are non-financial measures of value. It makes up over 85% of the valuation of a stock. So what we're seeing today is a more focus on the intangible assets. Those things that are very difficult to measure financially are driving these prices, these values. Brand value, protecting brand, it all focuses around that. So the discussion almost have to shift from the 1999, 2000 to where we are today and how valuations are being driven.
Yeah, and especially when you talk about powerful brands. So what, Weiss, do you do then with a Peloton, right? For everybody who says, well, look, these are unsustainable, the stock shouldn't be up this much, everything's been pulled forward, Peloton smacks you across the face and says, no, this is legit. There's a reason why the stock was up as much as it is, and we have enough products in the pipeline that this is a real story for an awfully long time. What do you say to that?
Right. So first, let me give you some statistics. There were twice as many publicly traded stocks in 2000 as there are today. Indexing was just a vision then, not a factor where they owned 50% of the company. So when you take those two factors into account, you've got essentially, rough numbers, 25% less float in terms of shares that you can buy in public companies today than you did then. Like any other commodity, that's going to create a scarcity value, so it goes up. On Peloton, so I've actively traded it since I sold the position that I had at 45, been in and out. I was in this week. It has the same, issues that are going for it, which is that the market rewards momentum in execution and momentum in price, equal measures. So the troubling signs to the market, to me, are that I was able to short Peloton calls, the 110s at $5 and change, I believe it was, yesterday, with the stock trading at 88, or maybe it's $3. I'll short the 105s and the 100s. Who's paying that for the stock? They're hoping that that stock essentially goes from 85 to 115 in order to recover just the premium. I did the same thing on Lulu, the 155, and that was one day. The options expired today. They'll expire worthless. That's for me. I sold my Peloton position just because it wasn't a full position. It was more a trading position. But you look at the numbers that they're putting up. You look at what I believe is a sustainable business. If I were more positive on the market, I'd build on that core position because it keeps going. They're making money way ahead of schedule, so the market is appropriately rewarding them. You look at Lulu, which is something that I own, Pete owns, I believe Joe owns it, and same thing with the options. I sold the 355s at $19 with the stock at about $350 that are expiring this Friday. That's the lunacy in the market. Those are the troubling signs. Right. Lulu put up a good quarter.